looks like the action the action of the day has already happened, but then you never know how the day unfolds as the day is far from being over, because Eknath Shinde, when he came out of the hotel, it was an unmissable gesture, a political posturing, indicative of the political message he trying to assert of his dominance over the political crisis that Maharashtra has plunged into. And then he came out negating all the speculations, dismissing all the speculations that he has already left for Mumbai or Delhi, but then asserted the fact that हम लोग शिवसेना को आगे लेके जाएंगे, हम शिवसेना में थे, हैं और रहेंगे. Once again, bringing out to fore the political dynamics, which is possibly the most contentious one at this point in time. Who does Shiv Sena belong to? They are saying they are the real Shiv Sena Sainiks. Uddhav Thackeray claims that they are the real custodian of Shiv Sena. But then Eknath Shinde, when the question was very pointedly asked to him as how will you form the government? आप सरकार कैसे बनाएंगे? आप जाएंगे गवर्नर के पास? Will you go for a merger with BJP? To which he said, हम लोग शिव सैनिक थे, हैं और रहेंगे. We know, as a matter of fact, even as we speak, there is a meeting going on inside the hotel, because I spoke with one of the rebel MLAs who, on condition of anonymity, suggested this meeting would be very crucial, one that is there at 1:30, and in that meeting the decision was likely to be arrived at as when can they leave Guwahati or possibly head to Maharashtra or somewhere else. Mind you, the Supreme Court interim order has given them the elbow room not to respond to the Deputy Speaker's notice, which was otherwise binding on them to be responded by yesterday 5:30, has now been extended till 12th of July 5:30 in the evening, because the Supreme Court has admitted the matter, which essentially means that the Deputy Speaker's position, which has been challenged by Eknath Shinde and his camp, has found to be a merited one and an admissible case before the Supreme Court. What the Supreme Court decides, we cannot speculate. But at this point in time, given the fact that Eknath Shinde and his rebel MLAs have been able to avoid the immediate disqualification that was staring at them, also meant their numbers in Shiv Sena and the Maharashtra politics stay intact. Because Eknath Shinde so far had been claiming that he has got 2/3 majority of the Shiv Sena, even more than that, to in a way break apart from Shiv Sena and in a way not be bound under the anti-defection law.
Another big development which is happening across in the national capital, even as Eknath Shinde has come out and said that he's got the support of 50 MLAs. On the other hand, Fadnavis has arrived in the national capital. He is going to be meeting the top brass of Delhi. So let me go across to Mohit. Mohit, what do we expect to happen in the national capital BJP camp today?
Well, you see, Meghna, the action, it seems, now has shifted to Delhi. Now, BJP was playing wait and watch game. They were waiting for the Eknath Shinde camp to get the required number of MLAs so that if a no confidence motion is being put up, then they can prove the majority. Now, what we are getting to know is that Devendra Fadnavis has reached Delhi. Also, he will be consulting the legal teams regarding what has to happen and what has not to happen. Right now, we are reporting from the residence of Home Minister Amit Shah. You can see in some time from now what we expect that Devendra Fadnavis might reach over here and the meeting with the top brass of the BJP might take place. What we are also getting to know is that post the national executive meet of Bharatiya Janata Party, which is the highest decision-making body of the BJP, that is happening on 1st to 3rd in Hyderabad. Post that, the no confidence motion can come up in the assembly, and the no confidence motion is likely not to be brought by the BJP but by the regional players like RPI and other parties which are as of now with the Shinde camp. Now, Devendra Fadnavis will come over here and discuss with the top brass that what exactly is the scenario. You see, BJP, since the starting of this particular political conundrum in Maharashtra, was playing the wait and watch game, because BJP is once bitten, twice shy. We know for a fact that out 2019 they formed the government with Ajit Pawar, but then they did not have the numbers, and after that we saw that what happened, and MBA formed their government. So as of now, till today, the BJP was waiting for the required numbers. Now that it's been said that 39 to 40 Shiv Sena MLAs are with the Shinde camp, including 10 to 12 independent candidates. So when that has happened, the BJP has also starting pushing for it, and today the top brass of the BJP will be meeting Devendra Fadnavis, and also the legal recourse, what needs to be taken, that also will be discussed. So in some time from now, these are the visuals from outside the residence of Home Minister Amit Shah. Times now has deployed teams at every single place where the meeting can happen. We have our reporters at JP Nadda's residence. We have our reporters at BJP, we will be tracking every single info regarding the Devendra Fadnavis movement and his meeting with the BJP top brass on Times Now. So this meeting would be very important given the fact that now BJP believes that Eknath Shinde camp has numbers. So what exactly is to be done and when exactly the no confidence motion is to be brought, that all will be discussed in this particular meeting. So this meeting is of prime importance given the fact that what is happening in Guwahati and Maharashtra, the action has now shifted to Delhi. Back to you in studio.
That's big news. Of course, Mohit is right outside Amit Shah's residence. We'll wait and see where Fadnavis's first stop is going to be and what comes out of these top brass BJP meetings. But Nibir, if I can come to you, Mohit tells us that after the second or the third, they may decide. I believe we don't have Nibir with us, so let me put that question across to Tamal. Tamal, I believe after the second or the third, the BJP may decide to move the no confidence motion. Shinde today said that they may be headed towards Mumbai sometime. Any inside track of when that might happen?
Well, I'm certain about one fact that after today, by end of today, there would be much clarity as when are they planning to leave Guwahati. But as far as leaving Guwahati and going directly to Maharashtra, possibly there lies some amount of ambiguity because there had been no clear confirmation as whether they would land up in Maharashtra directly or go to Mumbai directly. We know as a matter of fact, minded Meghna, Supreme Court yesterday while giving that interim order had clearly suggested that the law and order is a state subject and it is binding on the state government to ensure that all the rebel MLAs are safe, which means that physical safety and security has to be arranged and managed by the state government. Even though you have seen the kind of showdown happen, their offices and properties coming under the attack of irate mob, and you have also seen central forces being deployed by the MHA. Everything said and done, the Supreme Court had taken strong cognizance of the fact there had been law and order situation, and now it has made it binding on the state government of Uddhav Thackeray that all the MLAs have to be given protection. Now that the order has been served to all the recipients, including the state government, it is incumbent on them to honor the Supreme Court verdict. So possibly they are also waiting to see what kind of arrangements are taken effectively on the ground by the state government of Uddhav Thackeray to give them the sense of physical security for them to decide to go back to Maharashtra. Now coming back to your question, I know as a matter of fact there was a meeting called at 1:30. One of the rebel MLAs had told me on condition of anonymity, and given the fact that Eknath Shinde almost came out around 1:30, it seems like after making his appearance before us, he had gone back to the meeting, and the meeting is currently underway. Now in that meeting, possibly it would also be discussed as what would be the next way forward, how long can they be here, and when they would be going back to Maharashtra. We know that was also discussed yesterday along with the legal counsel as whether it is convivial for them to go back to Maharashtra now that the Supreme Court interim order has given them the elbow room not to respond to the Deputy Speaker and also avoid disqualification, which was otherwise almost imminent. So at this point in time, today would be very crucial. That's one. Second of all, the political dynamics, which is fast changing, would also find some amount of clarity by end of day today, as also the focus would now be shifting in New Delhi, with BJP also kind of getting the confidence that there is a possibility of they forming the government or they coming to the government. Now whether Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde camp would go for a merger with BJP, something we have to wait and see, because that has not been confirmed as yet. And when this question was specifically asked to Eknath Shinde, he had clearly suggested that no, हम शिव सेना में थे, हम शिव सेना में रहेंगे और हम शिव सेना में है. So essentially it means that he is not planning for a merger, and that opens up the other dynamics of a political fight between Eknath Shinde camp of Shiv Sena and Uddhav Thackeray camp of Shiv Sena, because Uddhav Thackeray claims he is the real custodian of Shiv Sena, while Eknath Shinde claims